Now that ChatGPT is around, there's literally no excuse for writing a book if you ever wanted to write a book. So, in this episode, I'm going to show you how I helped co author a book for a client who wanted to become an expert in, well, he's basically a vocal coach expert, but he wanted to create a book around his expertise and around his practice. So, in this, I want to share this process because if you're a coach, a consultant or an expert or just an individual or even a student who wants to learn something new, this is going to be my thought process and my workflow on both how I learn a brand new topic in like a short period of time from scratch, knowing nothing at all. How do I go from like zero to expert? You'll get that framework in here. And then also I'll show you how to create a book using ChatGPT, the tech stack and all of that. Why would you want to listen to me? My name is Jonathan Acuna. I'm a business consultant and I created my own ChatGPT course, which I teach to my students. And my students, I see a lot of people using ChatGPT wrong, and you're like, so that's why I want to show you my workflow on how I use ChatGPT. I've teach a full course on it, and it pretty much teaches you how to do ChatGPT in an hour. And so that's going to be this workflow. So I created a project outline as far as what we're going to be, the steps, and on a very high level. This is not going to be super detailed. This is just going to inspire you and show you like, oh, wow, I didn't know that was possible. And oh, you should do that before that. Oh, that makes sense. I was doing B before A or something like that. So this is just to give you a high level. So what technology, what apps are we going to use to accomplish this project? We're going to use ChatGPT, Notion, and Canva. That's all. And then our steps, we're going to research, collect, we're going to go collect all our sources, books, articles on the web, just pretty much collecting all sources of truth everywhere and just combining them. We're going to take all those notes, put them into Notion. Notion is great as a digital notebook. It doesn't matter what notebook that you use, but you need to have one. It's essential in today's digital age. Without a digital brain, like there's no way you're keeping up with today's tech, anything. Like there's no way. Pen and paper, gone. Like there's so much information to be to manage that you need a digital notebook. It will double your brain power, trust. So we're gonna put all our notes, everything in Notion. Then we're gonna go to ChatGPT and use it to create the outline, write the chapters, because the mistake that I've seen is people use ChatGPT as a researching tool, like go to Google and like, oh, ChatGPT, give me a book and give me outline. It spits out a bunch of repetitive stuff, and you're like, well, I can't use this, and we're like, can't check your sources. So that's why we want to go grab our source information and then organize it and pipe that into ChatGPT. Then once we have ChatGPT give us a rough outline of our book, then we'll put that in Canva to stylize it, turn it into a nice PDF, add some images, export it. We'll create a nice book cover, and then we'll upload it to a website to publish it, because we can't just save this book. Got to actually publish it to your audience online. So let's actually get started. So this workflow is basically if I know nothing about this subject. Say for example, my client came to me. He's like, I want to write a book about vocal development and how that has a therapeutic healing on the body that can help alleviate, may help alleviate stress, lawyers, increase confidence, reduce anxiety, increase confidence, not just singing. It's like, oh my gosh, there's like so much more that learning how to sing will just, oh my gosh, it would do so much for your personal confidence, really. So where do we start? Now, some people go to ChatGPT, and that's the wrong way. You're going to go ChatGPT and say, give me the top 10 sources or top 10 books or no, I'm going to go to Google, and I'm going to go to Amazon too. And I'm going to say, I'm going to pick 5 or 3 of the best books that are here that are related to my subject or niche, basically. So I know nothing about this, so I'm going to pick one of the 3 right here. So this is a good book that's tied to what we're trying to accomplish and has most of the information, I would assume, based off reading the bio and then also the comments. I'm like, yeah, this is a great place to start. And the reason why is because in this PDF book, or all books in general, they're going to give you a nice chapter outline in a sequential order to logically walk someone through from, I don't know anything about this subject, to now I know how to achieve the results using XYZ process. So basically how to get the outcomes. So that's why these books, or any books and related to your niche, and finding the experts, who are the thought leaders in there, who's really pushing the envelope on far as like what's possible in your niche, like find those people, find their books, buy their books, go through their chapter outline, and that chapter outline is going to give you a structure, a framework, basically like buckets. Like these are your 5 main buckets that everything you want to talk about this area is going to be related to these 5 buckets. That's what's going to give you your structure, your outline, your general top level. So now that we've got, so then you go grab other articles off Google, and we're going to put all of this in Notion. All of this is Notion, because Notion, you could add text. Over here we have hot links to all sources. I mean, some of these are like white papers. Like I think this one's that's a book. Yeah, all of these go to different books. Then down here, I think we also, let's say book. Yeah, they're all books. And then you can also add the PDF of the book. Say right here, this is the actual PDF of the book. It's not saved in your folder or someone else. No, it's all saved here. The reason why is because Notion has this ability, what I call infinite page. It's just one page and it's just infinite. It just never ends. So what I like doing in an infinite page is just dumping everything related to that, whatever that topic that I'm trying to learn. Keywords, jargon, concepts, processes, like basically it's the organization of how it's learning new topics going to be. So here we have like keywords, we have our book notes, we have our rough outline, we have our links to all our resources. So we could go hot link to ChatGPT, we could hot link to some Google Scholar stuff here, the book and stuff. So everything is just in here. We're just dumping it. Dump. Cool. Once you've got roughly all the sources of your like information, you're like, yeah, I'm going to talk about breath. I want to talk about, break it up into mind and body. These 2 books aren't talking about spirituality, so I'm going to go find another book about spirituality and the voice and tie that in. And so you're just collecting all your notes for your rough outline for your book. And then Notion will give you this nice little like table of contents kind of thing, so you can kind of see like how your book is developing. Do you need to like move things around, drag and reorder, kind of like Tetris? And then you just have all your notes down here at the very bottom. So it's all building notes from here to organizing it into topics and chapters. Then once you have all your information, now let's go to ChatGPT. This whole time we haven't touched ChatGPT, and the reason why is because if you can't check the source on ChatGPT, like, hey ChatGPT, where'd you get that answer? Show me where you got that answer. If I can't check your source of truth, then I can't use you as a reliable resource for researching. So that's why I'm like, nah, ChatGPT is actually down the workflow. It's like once you collected all the information, ChatGPT is like an intern to now organize it. So, but before that, I want to show you something really cool. ChatGPT also has the ability for you to upload PDF documents. So after you buy the book and you get the PDF, and then you could actually upload it using, I think I'm using, so ChatGPT Plus version, which I think is $20 a month. With that Plus version, you get the ability to use their plugins, and they have a plugin called, I think it's like Ask Your PDF. I think it's like askyourpdf.com too. This is when I tested it out, I was blown away. Like, this is amazing. So basically we uploaded the book to the plugin or to that third-party plugin service, and then we gave it a prompt. So here we can see what my prompt is. You are an author that makes complex ideas easy to understand. The goal of the book is for adults and kids to understand how vocal development, voice lessons with a private coach, leads to an improvement in confidence, a reduction in anxiety, along with improvements to their singing abilities. Here is the book on voice, and it brings you a special code that when you use the process, I'll show you in a tutorial how to use it. There's the book code, so it knows what book you're specifically talking about, because you can reference multiple books. That's really cool. So that ties to that specific book, and then you're like, cool, now the command, write me an outline for the book for us to understand on a high level what each chapter is about, because I don't want to read the book, or you can also read the book. So, okay, let's put it this way. When you're learning a new topic, the real hack is you find 3 books in that topic that are like, these are the thought leaders, experts. The first book, you skim through, read the outline, read the last paragraph of every chapter, and now you got a rough gist of like, what are they talking about? Then move on. Don't read the whole book start to finish. No, don't do that. You don't have time. Then move on to the next book. Do the same process. Skim through the chapters, read the last paragraph, read through the outlines. Then you'll start seeing patterns. Book 1 mentioned topic, and book 2 also mentioned the same topic. I should probably talk about that topic. That's how you're going to build your foundation of truth as you start building your foundation of knowledge in this new topic that you have nothing about. It usually goes from keywords or like words you never heard about. Then once you have jargon, then you build up concepts like, oh, these words mean these concepts. And then you move up from concepts to processes. Oh, if you do these steps with these concepts in this order, you get this outcome. For example, if I want to lose weight, then I'm going to eat healthy, exercise, and then I could get that result. So so here, that was the prompt. And then ChatGPT gave us this book outline and TLDR, too long, didn't read, for each chapter, which is actually kind of cool. I love that. And so now I could pinpoint get the gist of what are we talking about in each chapter, and then I could dive in. This is cool because now you turn every book into an oracle. You could just sit down and just ask a specific question. You could just pick. I wish I had my book around here. Got some books around here. Nice. It's so crazy. There's some bunch of books, but it's literally like picking up one of these books and saying, hey book, I want to ask you a question. How can you solve this one little problem that I have? How can the information in here solve this one problem that I have specific to my situation, or something like that? You can now do that with any book now with ChatGPT, which is wild. I have no idea how kids are getting an education this day and age. Like, this is wild. So now we're going to now use ChatGPT to we've got all our notes, and we've talked to each book or pulled the notes that we want from each book, and now we're going to actually write the book itself, write the chapters, one chapter at a time. And so here I'm going to show you my prompt. Let's see. I have some of the prompts for there we go. Okay. So here's a prompt for actually writing the chapters. You are an expert author and writer, because we always want to give ChatGPT a role or persona so it knows what job it's going to do. You want to think of ChatGPT like a 14-year-old intern, and you're like, here's a hat. You are now an author and writer. Congratulations. Now, here's what I want you to do. And you are going to be very specific and add as much specificity as I could try and pronounce that word, specificity as you can, so that it knows exactly what you want in return. Also providing examples. So I'm going to say, hey ChatGPT, you are an expert author and writer. We are writing a chapter on breathing for the book Singer Secrets 101. The goal of the book is to educate the student in proper singing techniques so that they could become a better singer with the aid of this book, in combination with working with a private vocal coach. Here is information to organize into a chapter with the following framework: chapter title, a quote that will motivate or inspire the student, point, story, metaphor, and end with a step-by-step exercise to practice at home. Now, that point, story, metaphor is just my kind of thing of like, I've noticed just a lot of like public speakers, that's pretty much the framework that they'll use to write a story. They'll do point, story, metaphor, and it reinforces like a new thought. It's really cool. And so then what I did, I put a little colon, and then I just dumped all my notes. These are just dumped notes dumped. And then ChatGPT, let's go to here, boom, pops out this first chapter. Because we did the research, we organized it, we gave it the context, we gave it all the details, and then we gave it a very clear, detailed instruction. And this is what we have for the first chapter. Now, you don't ship this and be like, yeah, it's done, I'm good. All right, job's done, we could ship out books every hour. No, and shame on you. You should really rework this. This is how to get you from a blank page to an expert in a topic or field in a very short period of time, with a structured outline of notes that you can use to coherently give a lecture or give a talk on this topic. So here, I love this. Chapter 1, Breathing Mastery for Singers. The voice is the muscle of the soul. Breathing is its fuel. What's the point? Breathing is the foundation of singing. It is not just about taking in air, but understanding how to control and utilize it for vocal production. Proper breathing techniques can transform a singer's voice, giving it power, range, and clarity. Now, I also should, this is such a superpower. My client has been wanting to write a book since this is his passion. He's been wanting to write a book for his whole life. But like a lot of us, writing a book or even reading a book is a very difficult task. It could take us months, even years to even try to do something like that. And here we are working with using AI to both help us learn, organize information, and then give us the vocabulary to organize our thoughts around a new topic. That's what I love about this. That's powerful. So it's like, anyways. So yeah, point, story, metaphor. Then it gives exercises, and so now here's what you do. And this is why you're going to use a digital notebook. I teach this in the course. You're going to take this copy, boom, throw it back in Notion, paste. And now you're going to go through and do what I call it's like the delivery, the final mile. Like this is the last delivery, the final tweaking. This is the Frankensteining. You're going to connect this to this so this makes sense over here. So you're going to go through, reorganize, put things in your own words saying, ChatGPT, that's very verbose. I don't know what you're trying to say there, but it's actually much simpler. Boom, 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 boom. So then you're going to go through and repeat that for every chapter. So you're not trying to write the whole book in a whole prompt. No, just break it down into smaller little pieces, smaller little projects or tasks, and ChatGPT will work with you instead of against you. Then once you have all your chapters and all your information, we're like, cool, this is roughly what we have for the chapter in the book. Then you move on to Canva. Canva is going to help you stylize, organize it with a table of contents, add pictures and images. This is just so cool. And then now you have versions of the book. This was our old version. So now we're going to write another version of this and continue to build on it, to build knowledge, add new things, change things out as we build this body of knowledge. And this book, Singer Secrets, is such a wealth of information for a beginner singer that if they know nothing about how their power of their voice has the ability to transform their life, then and they have it. We all have it. We all could become singers. We all have the tools with us. It's amazing. And there's no excuses of like, oh, no, I can't. No. Learning to sing is incredibly powerful. For public speaking and everything, incredibly powerful. So organize your whole book, throw it in Canva, export this to a PDF, and then you'll add a mock-up. I'm not going to give you my mock-up kind of thing. Those are for my clients. Can't give you all my secrets. But then you build a nice landing page. So here's a nice landing page. We use lead pages. You use WordPress or whatever. Doesn't matter. Throw it on a website so you can share it with your community. Put it in your email campaign. Give it to your email list. So this is a nice squeeze page or landing page to give away the free book right now. The book's free right now. You can go to the website and download it. voicemaster.org/vocal-coach. Very cool. But here we have a big headline, promise statement. In this guide you will learn, and then here's how to get this guide. Fill out this form. Boom. It sends it right to your email. And that's it. That's how we went from knowing nothing about the science or like the outline and not being a vocal expert, just knowing nothing, starting from there, and then using Google and Amazon to research, ChatGPT to refine, help learn, Canva or Notion to organize all our information in our brain, all those notes, the PDFs, organize it nice and neat, and having a nice infinite page so it's always there. Because Notion, this becomes like a flashcard. So every time you go back to this page, it acts like a flashcard and it reinforces the memory of this in your brain. So you review this over and over again, and after a while, through spatial repetition, this will be hard-coded in your brain, and then you're going to be like Joe Dispenza, who just talks like he's just an oracle, and you're just like, where is he channeling this information? It's amazing. It's like flashcards. That's how you commit short-term memory into long-term memory, just through repetition, and then Notion becomes like a flashcard for you. That's the really cool thing. So that is how we use ChatGPT correctly in a process to write a book about a topic that we know nothing about. But over time, we now can start building a strong foundation of knowledge and start building this over time so that we can grow this thought in our brain. So cool. It's just ideas. So if you're interested in boosting your revenue, streamlining your operations, or you're just looking to do cool stuff with technology, I'm a technology expert, and I want to give you all my skills. Trust. Think of me like John GPT. It is now you're like, John, how do I write a book? We just spent like a couple hours with my client and wrote the whole book out, did it, and we were published in the same day. Done. Move on. So that's where I'm like, don't feel that technology is over hindering you, your business, or your performance. I offer courses, both in productivity, Notion mastery. I have courses at the website globalbuilders.com, so you could take these courses, learn how to use these tools on your own, how to use ChatGPT correct way in the correct way. It's just going to make you unstoppable, really. But I'm Jonathan Acuna. Thank you so much for learning something with me. I just want to show you something new so you learn something new every day. I hope you have a blessed day, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.